Alright, so just starting this video off, this is the first YouTube video where I actually, I don't know, legitimately try and do something. And just keep in mind, I'm talking all out of my ass here. I have no script. I'm just talking. It's kind of like a venting session. I don't know. It's like a venting session for me. So, yeah, here we go. So about 7 years ago, this famous YouTuber called Grade A Under A released a video called "Why Tipping Is a Scam." Now, when I was 11 years old watching that video, I thought that shit was the fucking truest shit on the planet. I mean, I was eating that information off the palm of his hand. I thought he could not be any more right, and I 100% agree with him on why tipping is fucking stupid. Well, fast forward 7 years later, I'm 18, and now I'm a fucking waiter. And while I still mostly agree with his points, I'm going to tell you how or why and how you should tip your waiters. So, just starting off, in my personal opinion, if you don't tip your waiter, and okay, well, for context, if they're not an asshole and the food is good and you still don't tip them, you're a fucking square. Like, there's just no going around that. You're an absolute fucking square. And yeah, you can make the argument that, oh man, well, you chose to be a waiter. You chose to get a shitty salary, which in my case, waiters make a salary of 225 an hour. That is fucking a billion or so percent below minimum wage. The problem with that, at least in my experience working in a family restaurant, is that when you become a waiter, they don't exactly tell you when you're going to start making fucking fly pennies, okay? So from making 11.75 to 225 an hour, your wage is on life support. And this is when every dollar of a tip starts to actually count. And you can also make the argument, oh, well, then if you don't want to make shitty pay, don't work in a shitty field, work somewhere else. The problem with that also is that being a waiter does not exactly translate well into other fields. If you want to stay in the food field and you want to make actual good pay, you can start working in the fast food industry where you'll make, I don't know, 15 an hour. But now you got to deal with every asshole on the fucking planet being a grumpy asshole. Or you can work in another field which has absolutely nothing to do with being a waiter and you're back to square one being a fucking idiot. So now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to tell you how to tip your waiter. And we're going to separate this into three different categories: 20% tip, 15% tip, and 10% tip. All right, so starting off with 20%, let's just assume you're going into a restaurant by yourself and you're only getting like a fucking pizza or a sandwich, and your total comes out to be $10. This is when you want to tip your waiter 20% or more, typically 20%, because then that $10 bill, you just got to give them $2. They'll be happy, okay? 20% is 20% is 20%. And you didn't waste my fucking time being an asshole. I didn't waste your time being an asshole. Thank you for $2. Have a great rest of your day. Also, if you're like, I don't know, a fucking millionaire and you come in and you get every food on the damn planet, 20% adds up real quick and it's super appreciative. We will love you. We will love you for the rest of our lives. It is awesome getting 20%. Now, for 15% tips, this is when you're going to a restaurant and you're there with your date. You both get pizzas, or you get one pizza, or you get two sandwiches, or fucking something. I don't know. I don't care. And your total is like $30 or $20 or $30 or something like that. And you don't want to look like a fucking crude in front of your date. You don't want to look like an asshole. You had that much to buy a pizza, but you don't have that much to tip your waiter. This is when 15% really comes into play because you're tipping your waiter a little more than, I don't know, fucking 10%. And as long as your waiter's not an asshole, they definitely deserve it. Yeah. So yeah, your date will now love you for the rest of her life or their life or his life. And you're gonna look like a fucking awesome person. And the waiters are still gonna love you and you're gonna be awesome. Now here's where 10% really comes into play. So you don't really want to do 10% in the last two scenarios. But when it comes to, let's say, a party of five or more, you're coming there and you have a big ass family. With my experience with parties of five or more, y'all are gonna think your shit don't stink, and you're just gonna be a bunch of assholes most of the time. Just like with porn, fucking groups are way more powerful than individuals. Yeah, so let's say your family of five or whatever orders, I don't know, $200 worth of food, and you tip 10%. That is 20 bucks. And I'm just gonna say it, 20 bucks is 20 bucks is 20 bucks. You made my time worth it. I made sure y'all's time was worth it by not being an asshole. You weren't being an asshole to me. I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. Every waiter's gonna love you for the rest of your life, and you may become regulars. So that's really fucking cool. So yeah, and if this video, I don't know, gets 50 views, I'll make a video talking about how and why you should tip a cashier at a restaurant. Thank you. Have a great day. If you don't tip your waiter, fuck you. Bye bye.